Phew. I hope you can hear me. Let me just double check to make sure. My sound. Check 1, 2. Yep, it's on. Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm on live to color because I just did a whole bunch of stuff I didn't intend to do, but I'm sure I'm going to be glad I did. I think I went to print up some coloring pages and my printer just was not printing and I was like, what the heck? So like the first thing to do when it's really acting like that is to unplug it and then plug it back in again. But where it is, it's so much trouble to unplug it. All of a sudden, when I was ready to unplug it, I was like, you know what? If you're going to unplug it, you might as well move it. And then that turned into a whole production, which, like, now I'm glad I did. It just was very sudden. And I think the Lord just says, okay, now's the time. No warning. We're just going to get it done. I was like, okay, we're going to get it done. I had to clear a bunch of stuff off my desk. I had to clean a bunch of spaces that, like, because things have been in the same place for so long, that I had to clean things up there too and vacuum and all this other stuff. But my printer is moved, ready for me to pull out my old printer that it was sitting on top of. I was asking God, should I do that today? And it was like, I wasn't feeling it. It was like, no, not today. You got time. If I take it away now, I'm going to fill that space up with more space, and I'm not going to do that. So, yes, and now my printer is working, and I got to print the things that I wanted to print, and this is one of them. By the way, yes, I'm giving free press and promo to Bailey Black Creative because this is her book and I'm loving this book and I just want everybody to know about this book. So, um, and I may be coloring in that today just because I'm having so much fun in it. Um, but I wanted to show the pages. My objective, even with printing, was I wanted to show the coloring pages that I got from um, Dover Publications. They have like a thing, you can sign up for free coloring pages if you go to their website. And so I had downloaded a bunch, and I want to get those downloads out of my computer and into my what do you call it, the cloud drives that I have of all my coloring pages. So yes, I wanted to print them. Hey Thomas, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. So yeah, that was my objective. So at least I have the ones I really liked. I have that were on my computer. I have printed. They offer anywhere from like 4 to more pages that you can print free. And they send you an email when you sign up for this. They send you an email every month that they have a new page. And yeah, so let me see if I can change this a little bit. Yeah, I have more space on my desk now, but you should see the stuff I have in bins right now. It's kind of crazy, but I put a bunch of things in bins that I cleared off of my desk. I put them like things together so that then I'll figure out where they go um, as I go along. Because the thing that I've realized is like during the pandemic, and particularly with the lockdown, but the pandemic overall, I turned into more of a pack rat. I think by necessity because things were changing everywhere. Things were changing on my job with what I had to do and how I had to do it. And then things change, of course, in the household with how you can go shopping and what you can find when you go shopping and all of that kind of stuff. So I turned into kind of a pack rat. And now I'm finding that I'm having to clear out the things that I was pack ratish with and assess what I have, downsize on that stuff. Don't buy any more of this because you have this. Taking a whole bunch of stuff off of Amazon, subscribe and save that really I don't need to, do that anymore because I got a backlog or I just don't use it anymore or whatever. So I'm doing a whole lot of kind of downsizing of that stuff that just came on because of the pandemic. And like over the last since 2019, and then with stress, like with my best friend being sick and all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of like yeah, this is so much going on and so much to have to deal with that it was like make it work moments, tons of make it work moments over 6 years. So now it's like I'm in a place where it seems like I think a lot of people are getting into this place too, where now it's like, okay, we're not in that spot anymore, and now to see where we really are and you know deal with now, however now is. So um it's interesting that it's going to be the anniversary of my best friend's passing in like a couple weeks, and I just realized, oh, he passed on 10/22/22. I thought that was kind of interesting. And things you just suddenly start thinking about now that I have enough distance. I can think about him now and smile. Yeah, I will cry sometimes, but I think most of all, I think I'm really feeling really grateful that we were in each other's lives and realizing what a blessing it was for us to be in each other's lives. And I just really am in a place of just being really thankful um, and happy, which may sound kind of weird, but I think because of our faith, both of us, and um, how our relationship, our friendship was deeply ingrained in faith in the Lord. And it was really like I did not realize what an immense friendship this was. Even I did a little bit, but we were just living. But I think now after like the last few moments, or like when he passed, and then the years since, is when I'm really realizing how intensely um, ordained that by God that relationship was. And I'm kind of incredulous about it because it's like, wow, that was a serious gift. That was a serious gift. I mean, I don't think I've ever loved anyone the way I love him. And it's totally like, it's not there. It totally like, I don't know, an unreal kind of relationship. I don't know. He was a friend, never wanted to marry each other or anything like that. It's kind of like, ew. No, that's not what we are to each other. But what we were to each other was something that I can't quite describe. It was like a friendship, not just for the earth, but it was also for eternity. And that's the only way I can describe it. And I don't know why I started off talking about that right now because that was not my intent. But um, yeah, amazing friendship. Amazing. Anyway, so with that being said, um, here are my coloring pages. Coloring pages. And these are a bunch that I printed. Um, I've had problems with printing because I didn't really know in the past because I didn't really know how to do it. And initially, I was trying to change the weight of the paper and all that kind of stuff with it. What I discovered is when I just did these in Adobe, they came out the right way. When I tried to print them any other way, using the printer interface of the computer by itself, they did not come out. They weren't showing properly. So I'm just going to use Adobe from now on to print. So that seems to be something they're doing right. Even though all their advertisements are getting on my nerves lately for AI and stuff, it's like, really, if I wanted to use it, I would tell you. Stop asking me. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. This is one of my favorite pages from the Dover list. And this is from the book. Ooh, let me look. I didn't even think about that. Um, Hmm. This is from the book Autumn Charm coloring book by Creative Haven. I printed this on what is it called? Astro Brights paper. Even though it looks kind of yellowed, it's Astro Brights paper because I wanted these to be on heavier paper. A couple of them I have on just printer paper because I was trying to see if my printer was working. But I really love this page a lot. So I'm thinking of coloring these pages this month. That's another reason why I printed these. This is also from that book, um, Autumn Charm. And I think this is actually the one Autumn Creative Haven book that I did not buy in my recent purchase. They didn't have free samples of the one that I purchased, and I liked the images in the one that I purchased. I liked more of the images in the one I purchased than I liked in this one. So I just printed out the ones that were the freebies of this. This one's kind of busy, but it's pretty. And if I you know, feel like stretching myself, stretching some of what I've been learning, like from Kirby and using, higher quality pencils and all that stuff, maybe going multimedia with it, maybe using some watercolors in it. Um, this could definitely be a learning page for me. It seems kind of busy, but it could be really beautiful in the right hands, which I don't know that I'm the right hands, but I'm going to try and have fun at it when I do. This one, oh, it didn't print out right. See, this is what happens. I need to change it to landscape. But this is kind of a busier one anyway. So this printed out landscape. And you know what's interesting about this? If I wanted to, I could make this into a card that I send to somebody. So that's kind of good to remember that I could do that. It is still like kind of off as far as the margin, but I'll have to reprint this page. But then again, I may not because this really isn't one of my favorites, but it was one of the nicer ones out of the free sample. Nice to me, you know. All of them might be nice to somebody else, but I look at things that I may want to color, and I don't think I would readily be drawn to this. So I'll have to reprint this if I do want to color it in that way. Maybe I'll just try coloring it as a card. Use it as a card. I'm going to put that towards the bottom though. Okay, this was the first one that I printed, and this was the one I was thinking I was going to color first. But now I think I may do the cornucopia first because I'm really drawn to that one. But I thought this is just such a beautiful illustration. And it says, "Hello, Autumn." I really like that. The pie. I love pie. That might have been why I printed it. Love sunflowers too. So I miss having sunflowers in the yard. Haven't been able to have them for the past few years because we've had some critters in the yard, and like I don't want to be feeding them. So I want to feed the good guys. So we've had to kind of downsize on like feeding the birds, keeping sunflowers and things like that. But I do have an interesting story about sunflowers. So when I lived in an apartment in a long time ago in another city, yeah, it is a long time ago now, like 20 years ago. Um, I had a neighbor he was also a fireman, and his wife, I don't know where his wife worked, and then they had a daughter, and they used to grow sunflowers in their backyard, and this is in like a city, like a city neighborhood, and the yards weren't all that big, but they grew sunflowers in their backyard. And the funny thing is, my cat that I had at the time, he actually used to jump the fence. He used to go over like the metal fence to go into their yard and sit. They had like a little seat that was next to like a water, some kind of water feature. I don't know if it was like a koi pond or I don't think they have fish in it or anything, but it's some kind of pond and a little kind of water bath thing. And he used to just go over there. He used to jump the fence and just go and lie on that bench. That wasn't a wooden bench. It was like a cement bench. And he used to go over there and just hang out and just sleep, lie down. They didn't mind it. They're like, that's okay. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't bother anything. He just goes over there and lies down. I had great neighbors there. But anyway, with the sunflowers, they grew sunflowers in their backyard so that every fall they would cut the heads off the flowers, and they would all be on their porch. All the heads, sunflower heads, would be on their porch because they would collect the seeds from them. So I thought it was kind of funny. It was like severed heads is what I would call it. And that was actually a joke between me and my best friend, that like, because when he'd come over and like all the sunflower heads would be on their porch, and there was a band I think that was called Severed Heads that he used to listen to. So it was like, it's like, see, there's severed heads, and there were sunflowers. So it was kind of like, it's kind of funny. You had to be there. Okay, I get it. Anyway, yeah, I like this picture. So this one this is actually on the regular printer paper, and then this one is on the cardstock paper. So, I could see really using acrylics on this one, especially because these printed out to such a nice size. I could see maybe trying to do that with it. So this is the cornucopia. Okay, then they had another book that was gnomes. And I don't know if this is a book that that Crystal has, Foxy Colorist, but this was another set of samples they have, and I think it's still available because I think I downloaded them like within the last couple weeks. And what is it called? It's called Garden Gnomes. Another Creative Haven book. And I wonder if they did them for different seasons or something, or what. I don't know. But here's one. Here's another one. It's really cute. He's got the seeds. Where's the top of his head, though? He's like, do gnomes not have domes? Gnomes without domes? He doesn't have the top of his head. The cute little bird in the corner. It's another one. I don't know why I see this page, I see pink. But then again, I almost wonder if their hats are kind of wintry, like, almost. Well, maybe it's a gnome thing. I like the fruits in the basket. Lots of fun things to color. Some tiny things in here. Get out your gel pens. Looks like fun. Here's another one where they're around the well. This might be, what's her name? Teresa Goodrich, maybe? I don't know. I should have looked. I didn't look really to see who was the illustrator. So, the mushrooms. Must have mushrooms. I love coloring mushrooms. Here's that one. And I think I actually printed that one a couple times, kind of by mistake. But it's got mushrooms, so like I don't mind. Then I forgot this one, which might be the first one I color because it's bigger, and not as many objects in there. So do gnomes not have eyes, or they always have their eyes covered? Because I could just notice it. None of them have any eyes. Okay. So that's what I printed out. I need to get them into my little binder thing that has the coloring pages, but I don't feel like doing that right now because of, the whole thing I have to the left of me that has like the books I'm coloring in now and all that stuff. I'm actually going to be moving that this week or this weekend because yeah, I have to actually redesign my desk, reorganize my desk because, and let's just start coloring while we talk. Um, because I finally this morning found a what do you call it? A monitor. Hey Bubbles, if you want to come up, you're welcome to. Thomas as well. I found a monitor that has picture by picture capability. And not only does it have picture by picture capability, it has picture in picture capability as well. So I could do 3 devices, like say two computer hard drives and my phone, or 2 computer hard drives and my laptop on one monitor. And I just found that this weekend, I was praying about it this morning. It's like, really, if I want to maintain the stability of my desktop, that my other desktop, not this all-in-one, I really do. I really needed it, and I just couldn't think of a way out of it. There was no app, no nothing that would help me do what I needed to do to see both on the same screen. So, um, hey Martha. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Oh, I probably need to send a link, don't I? Links help. How do I do that again? Copy invite link. There we go. Link copied. Anybody who wants to come up, you're welcome to. I'm just here to kind of chill and color because I just did a whole bunch between work stuff and then finding out that something that I had worked on yesterday for my job actually like disappeared. Like the computer didn't save it. I must have clicked some button by mistake and did not save it. So even though I had my data entered into where was doing that for, I still lost the worksheet that I had created that data on, which kind of annoys me. But I felt like, don't let that annoy you. You accomplished something huge. Don't let it get to you. It might come up later, might show up later, or it, the Lord will make it easy for me to recreate it. I'm not gonna let it bother me. I'm kind of in that mode now. It's like, no, don't worry. Yeah, the devil's always busy, but guess what? God's busier. So there. Man, man. It's just like that, that kind of mood. Anyway, good job. So, yeah. So I'm gonna color in this. Um, Somebody complimented me on my work on this in Bailey Black's book, and I was Bubbles. I was thinking of you, and I was channeling you when I did this because I was thinking, how would Bubbles do it? Putting down the light first, and then the dark. Imagining where I thought the highlight would be. Um, yeah. And somebody complimented me on this. I was like, woo! It took a whole lot of brain energy. A lot. But I guess the more you do something, the better you'll get at it. So this is kind of my beginning. I used alcohol markers. So, um, yeah, I'm going to show these pages again. See, I'm doing this one in pencil, and I don't think I'm having nearly as much fun with it as I am the ones I'm doing with marker. But I do like this page. I just feel like it's going to take more work from me than, I don't know, like using markers, it just happens quick. You know what I mean? But then you also have to you have to be sure where you need to put that mark before you mark it with the marker. Let's see how many times we can say marker. Then I did this one. Like I feel like I'm going to look back at these for a while and say like, did you do that? And I felt like I maybe needed to initial and date it just so I would know I really did do that, because I may look at these and say like, you didn't do that. Somebody else did that. Um, then this is my favorite. Even though the colors don't look fall, this one is my favorite. Um, Especially because I left some places without any marker at all, thinking of the light, the whatever you call it, on the cup. And maybe I did that because, like, I'm always drinking coffee. I always got a cup next to me. So I already knew what that looked like. So that was easy. The cake actually took I was it's a layered cake, and I was layering and layering and layering with those markers. Um, I didn't, I was working on trying to make the cake look like cake. I hope it looks like cake. I mean, it looks like cake because of the shape, but I was trying to make it look that way. So, um, and then this is the first one in the book, technically. And I actually did something I don't normally do. I drew in pumpkins. So I think watching all of you that I watch here, on YouTube, you're making me brave. You're making me step out and do things that, like, I didn't normally do. So, yes, and Bubbles and Martha, you are two of them. Um, Miss Southern Belle's another one. Um, and Foxy Colorist is another one. Just making me brave to do some things. And I also didn't want to put any green in this page. I only wanted it to be like oranges, browns, yellows. And so I just made the leaves orange. And it was funny how I drew them. I was just like, well, whatever. They're funny looking. But I figured, well, dot, 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 cover them in with the acrylic pen and acrylic marker, and it'll do it. So, yeah, I did the doggy first. I did him in Prismacolor pencils. I may have marker on that, possibly. Or pencil. Maybe I use black pencil. So, he's cute. So, Bailey, thank you for making the book. Because I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun with this book. And learning stuff. So, I'm trying not to peek at what's next. But that's going to be fun. A whole bunch of pumpkins. So, but I think I'm going to work on this today. And I have to see what challenges. Thanks. Thanks, guys. I want to relax a bit. So let's look at this. And grapes. Grapes are fun to color. I have to see what challenges are out there. I kind of have been in a work bubble this week. It's like already we've arrived at like a crucial time at work, and it's like, how'd that get here so fast? It's like all this stuff. People asking for things for now, people for asking for things for January, and I'm like, really? Oh my gosh. It's like I feel like we just started. Like, how are we here already? What are you asking me for all this stuff? Yeah, somehow, you know what? I need to arrange a way to have more room for pencil cases on my desk. That's got to be a part of the redesign. I do have more room on my desk now, but okay. So I didn't say anything more about the monitor, did I? The monitor, I tried and tried to find something that was 27 to like 32 inches. Couldn't find it. They don't bother, I guess. I guess they figure, like, if you're gonna have picture by picture, what do you want a 27-inch screen for? Split in half. You want it big, and I was like, no, I don't want it big. I don't want it big. So I found one that actually is 34 inches. I've measured my desk, my present monitor, and it's a lot smaller than I thought it was. But it takes up a lot of space on my desk, or it did then. And so I realized at that moment, okay, well, I felt like I needed to get that one. It was like a way better price than I was seeing at others. And it's not refurbished and it's new and it's a reputable company. Um, so I got it. And it has picture by picture in the description. So it's like that is what it does. I'm not going to wind up with something that says it does that and it doesn't do that. It had good reviews and so on. So I got it because the price was good and it had the features, even though it's 34 inches, which I thought, well, I can fit 34 inches on my desk if I move a whole bunch of stuff. And then I'll be able to fit the all in one and that on my desk. And what the main thing that needed to move was my old printer, which basically, like, well, it doesn't work, but I have a feeling if I work on it, it will work again. But I have to get it out of the way. So I love that printer though. It prints fast, black and white, and it prints really fast. But it's old. It's really old. I may have even got it refurbished now that I think about it. And that thing was working for just about 20 years. Um, but yeah, I need a color, don't I? Didn't I say that was what I was on here to do? What do I want to do this with? Yeah, so it's coming. It's supposed to come here on Tuesday. And I was thinking, well, I'm just gonna like kind of just leave it there and let it, um, until I don't know, until I feel like I can, have time to set it up or whatever. But it seems like it's working out where I'm just supposed to put it up there right away with what happened with me and the printer today. The printer. So now it's set up where all I have to do is take my old printer out and find somewhere to put it. Room. And then I have room to put the monitor down, and then I can see how much extra space I have on my desk on the left hand side after that. So but I cleared out everything that was on the far left so that I could put the new printer there. If that makes any sense. I don't know if anybody can follow all the logistics I'm giving and all the wacky order I'm giving it, but um so yeah, so I I can't. It's like I don't know what to do with a 34-inch screen, except I know what I'm doing with it. I'm splitting it in half so I can work on from two hard drives at once, so I don't um, over task one computer. Because I really am. I guess I am a hardcore multitasker, and I guess I took this one as far as I could, and now I have a fine, decent. I guess it is a 21-inch monitor, and I thought it was like 24. I have to measure it again. That is perfectly fine. That I have to figure out where it should be, what to do with it. So it's moving stuff around in the house, around and around and around. Yeah, I kept feeling like it's like I don't want to buy more stuff. I'm tired of buying stuff. I want to not buy anything for like, man, it would be nice to not buy anything for like 6 months. Could I do that? Could that happen? I don't know. But then that might be part of my personal anxiety about spending money. Which with my coloring supplies, you might think you don't have any anxiety about spending money, but actually kind of do though. Which I shouldn't have. Anxiety about it isn't. useful. Anxiety about anything isn't useful. That's what I've come to find out. So I'm like in this mode, get to the root of it, as my mother always used to say. If you know something's a problem, get to the root of it. So I don't know why I'm using this color. I just looked at it, happened to pick it up. I don't know, it was staring at me from the case. What is this? Clay rose. Why clay rose? Clay rose. I don't know. But I did. That's what I picked up. So I didn't get to spray the pictures I wanted to spray this weekend, but getting closer to that step. I'm so glad this is going to be a short week. I just got to figure out what I'm doing that short week at work. To figure out what I'm doing and what to give them kiddos for the long weekend, so they don't slack off. I may do that when I get off of here. Still keep thinking about that one book that is 95 or 99 bucks in print, and like it's free on Project Gutenberg and somewhere else, Internet Archive, and then you can buy this particular version that it's like an authorized with criticism in it. I think it's from the University of Chicago was the publisher, or associated with, or something. You can get the Google, and I actually did get the Google Play book of it, and I can't remember how much it was, $20. But I really, I can't get the book out of my mind, and I'm trying to get the book out of my mind because I just can't justify paying 99 bucks for a book that I feel like should already be in print and reprint legitimately. Just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, what is wrong? Is there something wrong with this book? Is there something wrong with the person who wrote it? What happened? Why are we not doing this? So I feel like I need to do some investigation first. There's something about this person I don't know about. Or is it all copyright or something, or what? I don't know why I did this way. Somebody tell me. Seems like the clay rose should have been in the middle. Right? Or maybe I want a different beige. What's this? Is this the same thing? Beige sienna. Let's do this. Well, I did print it out myself, so if I don't like how I do it the first time, I can do it again. For free. Or the cost of paper. So I wound up on a project today that I didn't think I was even going to start. This might be cool to do with watercolor pencils too. That looks really drab. I love baskets. I used to have tons and tons and tons of baskets. I still have some of them. And a friend of mine, well, when he was like a coworker and a friend, um, a Nigerian guy who his wife was Jamaican. Oh my gosh, he used to make us laugh so hard because here he is. He's Nigerian. His wife is Jamaican, and his daughter was not good at soccer. He just was like, he would crack up telling us like how she was kicking the ball, like, you know. Of course, the daughter wasn't around when he was saying that. He'd be encouraging her while she was there playing, but then he'd tell us like how she was kicking the ball. He would have us cracking up laughing. He's like, I don't know what's wrong with her. Between her parents, she should know how to play football. What the heck is wrong with her? They're probably all grown up with kids now, kids of their own. But yeah, I mentioned him because I was thinking of baskets because when he went back home to Nigeria one time, he asked us all what we wanted from there, and he brought me back a basket, and I still have that basket. It was like a little basket with like a woven basket with like a lid. Yeah, I'll never forget how he used to say how his daughter used to run and try to kick the ball. It's hilarious. She didn't get the soccer gene. It's actually one of my cousins actually had come over. She was the first of the cousins my age who came over to the States from Jamaica, and she came over on a soccer scholarship. There's a movie that I shared. I shared it on my what do you call it? My community wall, and I think it's supposed to start at 6 o'clock. Some kind of suspense movie, independent movie. Can I blend it like that or no? Hmm. I kind of like how it looks unblended, but ooh, excuse me. Excuse me again. Goodness. Yes. Yeah, I do miss feeding the birds. I'm random. I know. I'm going back and forth in my head. But thinking about how I miss feeding the birds. I swear those chickadees, oh my gosh, I love them freaking things. And they do make a sound that sounds like chickadee. And they're like cute and chubby. Little small, chubby. I blended that too much, didn't I? I was afraid of that. I'm putting the glasses on. Eyes are feeling a little bit fuzzy. So to get this page and the other pages that I showed, you just have to go to Dover and sign up for the free sample pages. And they might send you a survey like they sent me. But do that survey at your own risk, because then, like they say, they give you that $20 off coupon after you do the survey. And what did I do? Spent $60 in coloring books. I only paid $40 because of the coupon. But maybe that was the whole method to their madness. But they were asking me if I would buy like holiday coloring books or whatever. I really don't. I'm not one much for Christmas at all. So that doesn't, yeah, I'm not one much for holidays, period. Um, Thanksgiving, I like. Um, Christmas is too much hype and hoopla, and I'm not a hype and hoopla kind of person, so I'm gonna count me out. If it's a homey kind of gathering where people like, I've always wanted to have the kind of gathering where for Christmas where you come and you actually give something that you made, whether it's a song that you wrote for someone, that's present, or you write a song and that's your gift to the person, or you made something that's particularly special or whatever, and you give that to them. That's the kind of Christmas gathering and giving I'd like. And I haven't been able to have anything like that yet, but don't count me out on having something like that. Or even to have like a Christmas gathering where everybody has to write a song for everybody. Yeah, yeah, they got me. They really got me. Me saying like I'm not spending any more money. And $20, and I was like, oh, $20 off. Well, like I can spend it later, or I don't have to. Child, I went right in after. Looked at all the books and says, I want that one, 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 that one. Okay, I'm not gonna do any more with that because like I might like mess it up. What color do I want this guy? Well, I guess it's gonna be this color because I just put it down on there. Like I said, I do that all the time. I'm asking the question and I'm just like, well, if you're going to think about your answer to the question, it's too late. You put that color down. Unless you're going to erase it. And yes, I should sharpen my pencil. Yes, I should. I'm trying to stay on just for how long has it been? Almost 50 minutes. My eyes are really blurry. I find when I put fish oil on my eyes on a day that like I'll do that like in the morning before I take my shower, usually, because I don't want to smell like fish all day. But it seems like my eyes aren't fuzzy, like for sometimes even for days after. It's like it helps to moisturize them or something. So I'm trying to do that like at least a couple times a week. And I don't think I did it at all this week. Is there more to this cornucopia? Is that more of it? I can't tell. It's supposed to be the inside of it. Must be. Let's make it light. Just in case. We can change the color later, but at least I know. I have one color down that I started with. Is that a flower or... I'm calling that flower. I'm doing this. There's all kinds of things I see people doing. Sorry, I can't speak right. The power chain thing. It's like my lower teeth are like wrapped up in that thing, and it's hard to like. It's a little. I can feel kind of a little of the bulk on them, and then the way it is against the inside of my lip, and then it's just weird. Let's just put it that way. It's just weird. But most of the time I don't notice it, but then when I talk, I can see sometimes where I'm like lagging or whatever because I can't totally pull up my can't fully open my mouth properly. So I talk really lazy. But it's a sign that we're moving towards the end. So that's a good thing. Feels like a long time. It's going to be a year. Oh, it might even be a year this week that I've had these on. I don't know why it's so hard to find the brown. I'm going to have to order like more brown or something for these Prismacolors because I have a hard time finding brown for some reason. Like, I don't know. I need glasses. I really do. Especially for these lines. Getting kind of smudgy. Oh, I went over it. Well, the glasses didn't help, did they? Went right over the line. Went like inside. Like, really? I was doing better without my glasses on. I feel like I might be doing a little too much. But like I said, if I mess this up, hey, I printed it out. I got another one. Maybe I shouldn't be using dark on all of them. That's a thought. I suppose I can always go over them with a white pen marker in spots. I don't know. It is what it is. Let's see. Is this a part of it too? Like the drop down of I've never had a cornucopia, so I don't really. I think this is a part of it. Like it has the braided opening, I guess. Okay, we'll do it. We'll work with it. I haven't been doing any sketching lately other than what I did in the coloring book, but there's something for me like with um, drawing that I feel like where I'm always feeling like if my brain isn't loose enough, if I'm too tense, I can't tense. Um, I withdraw from doing it. Withdraw, no pun intended. Um, I'm not sure why that is, but I feel like I need to get over it and not do that. Where's the other brown? Is it this one? Oops, I should have been paying attention. I wasn't. Is it this one? I don't know now. I should have been paying attention. Should have at least watched it. Yeah, why swatch when you can do something else? Um, is this the same color? Chestnut? Nope. I think it was this one because this one needs to be sharpened. I think I was using something that needed to be sharpened. I don't know. Maybe not. I like the color though. We'll just say they used different wood for the framing the mouth of the basket. How about that? Quick nut quiche. Try some quiche warm ups. I want to try quiche warm ups. That sounds good. I want quiche warm ups. Yeah, sometimes I'll do those kind of anthropomorphic things when I feel like I don't really want to draw. I just want to do something. But then sometimes I'll like just do those forever and ever, which I suppose isn't a bad thing, but I feel like it's kind of a lazy way to get my drawing in. But I suppose it's getting my drawing in, so I shouldn't. Really do wish I knew what color I use. I don't like this black grape being here either, because black raspberry, black grape. They look brown, but they're not brown. That kind of bugs me. I need to take them out of this spot on my in my book here. And I almost feel like I need to more like The way this is twisted, it actually a little bit like looks like bread or something. Which then it's kind of like, so I was thinking that was the outside of it, but maybe it's not. I don't know why I did that just now. I just did. Looks kind of weird though. Don't want to overwork it though. It's Prismacolors. Might be approaching danger zone. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. That looks red. Oh. Okay. And what was it? I really need to sharpen this one. But I'm not gonna yet. What else is new? I should sharpen this, but I'm not going to. I might as well just tape that. Because I say that all the time. Yeah. Yep. Just to kind of. Yeah. I should probably do that. Yep. Kind of like, it's like I need to make it a daily practice. That's what I keep thinking. Daily practice. No matter what comes out. But sometimes things just get so busy that it's like, ugh. But hopefully, as I get my desk a little more organized now, and hopefully this last thing will help me get my whole device situation straightened up, get my desk straightened up, because I've needed to remove this old printer for a while. It's just like things are so intense with work and everything that I didn't have time for that. And I feel like I was saying, I'm in kind of in recovery mode now, where I can actually now tackle things that I would have normally just done you know through the general course of a week or whatever. Now so many things like that have accumulated that I really, now it's like a serious project to deal with each one. So now I have the time to oh, this is a ribbon. I just realized that. I was thinking that was the band for the cornucopia, but it's a ribbon. Maybe. But now it's just going to be a band on the cornucopia because I'm not changing what I did. Happy accident. That's what we're making it. Let's see. Yeah, autocorrect is sometimes more a pain in the butt than anything. I'm not going to color the pumpkins yet because I love the pumpkins. If that makes any sense to anybody. I'm thinking this is probably wood too. I do need to sharpen this pencil now. I'm not waiting now. I found a couple of things on my desk that it was probably like, oh, just find another solution and move on. I found this. I don't even know what it goes to. It's like, what does this go to? It was a sharpener. What sharpener? I don't even know what sharpener. This is sitting here. And there's no blade inside. It went to something. I don't know. It's pretty funny. I found that and I thought what it went with. It's like, no, it doesn't go with that. So what does it go with? Who knows? Or I could do the pears. I don't want to do that outside yet because then it's going to smudge on me. I'm going to have to spray this too so it doesn't smudge on me. Ooh, chartreuse. Is this that chartreuse? No, ginger root. What's ginger root look like? Oh, so I just ditched that pencil I got the sharpener for, so I guess I don't need the sharpener anymore. See, I just changed. Just changed my mind just that quick. See, one color in my case is like, ooh, what's that? Oh, let's use that. Oh, yeah. That reminds me of the pears I know. This color. Ginger root. So I guess I'm making these, whatever the green pears are called. I can't remember what they're called. I can say a non-Anjou pear, because I think the Anjou pears are the ones that are red. I always remember when I was in Jamaica, we visited one time, that there was a I don't know, somebody took us somewhere and we were like in a garden, kind of a woody kind of garden or whatever, and there were a bunch of fruit trees and excuse me. And they gave us a fruit that it was shaped like a pear and it was red like an apple, but inside it was like where the seeds are, there was a web around the seeds, like a really almost like it was woven, like with thick white. I don't know, it just reminded me of like Snow White and the witch and Snow White and the fruit she might have given to, to Snow White because that web was like intense. I'm like, what the heck is this? Like the thing tasted good, but what is this in the middle? They don't look right. They don't look like something I should be eating. I don't know what that was. I still don't know what that was. It tasted good, but I don't know what that was and why that web was in there. In all of them, it was like a part of the fruit. That's all I'm doing with that. Reminds me, I need to go get some apples. Yeah, I don't know. I've never, it's like I remember it from when I was a kid. I never saw anything like it again in my life. So I think I even asked my cousins about it. What was that? And they just kind of looked at me like, oh, could it have been my active imagination as a kid? I don't know. Might have been. That went on weird. Revenge of the Prismacolors. So yeah, we know you've been liking us for a while. Now we're gonna pull some of our old stuff on you. We're gonna keep you wretched up in suspense. You're gonna respect us. You're going to respect us. That's what the Prismacolor pencils are saying to me. We're not going to be good to you all the time. We want you to remember. We'll change up on you when we feel like it. Yeah, they're getting kind of waxy on there. But I know I said I was done with this, but I guess I was feeling like I wasn't done with it. I think I'm done with it now. What else? Is it part of a... What color are those anyway? I really like the line work on this page. On the fruit. Feeling like I should do the corn. I need something that I think. Why didn't I like? Okay, what did I say? Because I've been rambling. What was it that I didn't like at first? What did I say I didn't like at first? Because I don't even remember. I'm just like running my mouth. Oh, the Prismacolors. Prismacolors. Because I had a nightmare happen on a page, which I need to show that sometime. I used it and I had a Carlsen book, and I used that I always call it India Alone, but it's is this it? Let me see if I have one here. Indothone Blue or whatever the heck that is. I call it India Alone Blue because I can't say the name right. Oh my god, it was like a nightmare what it did to the page. It was like a big smear and dust and flake fest. And I thought I was going to lose my mind. It's like, oh my god, that's what these do. I didn't know anything about spraying a page at first and any of that. And yeah, it was really, really a nightmare. Oh, what's this color? I looked at this one, but now I kind of like this one. And so I was scared of them for a long time, and I wouldn't touch them for anything for a long time because that was frightening. Still trying to recover that page from that. But then after a while, I was seeing, well, I can see where they're useful because of all of that, especially if something's flaking pigment. I'm thinking, well, that's something that can be used kind of like you use oil paint because it's gonna, you can use that flaking pigment to feed into your page, but yeah, it was not good for that one. But yeah, so I was saying, well, maybe if I try to do like a still life drawing or something like that, they would be really good for that. And so I kind of get the verdict out, knew where not to use it again. But yeah, when did I just start using them again? Getting brave enough to pick them up again. I don't know. I can't remember. But then when Bubbles was saying they were good in Kirby pages, I was like, oh, okay. And so that's when I did the snake page with that. And I was like, whoa, okay. So this is where they work. So I found for me, like, at least for now, because like I'm still kind of getting used to them. I know that there's some paper that I personally am not going to be able to deal with them on. So, but the Kirby books, yes, they do work well on there for me. I was able to work with them on there. I always feel like it's like learning the properties of the paper and the pencil. And probably the paper in any medium, because I mean that's why they sell specific types of paper too. I don't know. I love that color blue though. I love it. Ooh, that wasn't the yellow I wanted, but that's the yellow I got. I suppose I should make this multicolor corn, but maybe not this one because I don't feel like it. I just sound like a big brat tonight. It's like, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. But yeah, I feel like this should really probably be, the multicolor corn. I actually grew some of that corn one year. It was pretty. That was about it. I don't think it was edible. So that's kind of an issue. Non edible corn or non edible for humans. Just like when they grow corn and like some corn is like because it's hard, it's like used for livestock. This probably would have been prettier if I made it multicolor, but I don't feel like researching like the colors. I think there's like a dark purple, a dark red. I can't remember what else. Yellow. Slap it in there. This is color sand. I like this color. I don't know. Maybe brighten up the yellow. Maybe put a dot in there with. I don't know. One thing I could do, I could go over it like with gel pens or something, maybe, and with the jelly rolls and put in the colors they're supposed to be. I don't know. Well, jelly roll doesn't have a purple that's like that though. It's almost like I think like a kind of like a black raspberry kind of purple. And just because I love this color so much. Green ochre, that's why I'm using it. I love that color. That's a fat ear of corn. Oop, is this going to be a... How's that for drastic difference? Apple green. How do I pick my colors? Randomly. Very randomly. I see it, I like it, and I put it on there. That's pretty much it. Maybe I'll become more of a planner at a later date, but I just love color. And I like that there really is no right or wrong when you're coloring. It's however you want it to be. Do what you want to do. Too many times people telling you what to do in every other part of life. Do what you want to do when you color. Never mind what other people think. Child, I got attitude. 2-year-old attitudes this evening. That's what I'm working. I'm working my 2-year-olds. Do what you want to do. That's another thing I think of. I think sometimes it's in the back of my mind. I want to use every pencil, not just some. And so sometimes I'll just pick something that I don't really color with that much because that one needs love too. Yep, I hear you, Martha. We definitely, we need the planners because we don't need everybody to be like us, but just don't make me a planner. Don't try to make me a planner because, like, I gotta do that for other things in my life, a lot of other things in my life. I ain't doing it for the coloring unless I feel like it. I also feel like I don't know enough yet to plan. And I also don't want to rule out, I like happy accidents. I do. And I don't want to rule those out because I learn things from them. Okay. There isn't another corn, is there? I hope not. Nope. What time is it? 1:24. So, excuse me, don't want to do the grapes yet. I should think about. I can always flip this to color the top. So I can do that like all at once and just flip the paper around. What color do I want the wheat? Oh, you know what? I just spotted more corn leaf, corn husk. I don't know if this is, yeah. Seems like I use this an awful lot. I need to put some of those in my Blick. Save for later. Did I ever change my light? I think my light is still on yellow mode. Oh yeah, that was chow. That was the thing I did today. That was like probably the biggest undertaking was that I actually, um, I had what do you call it? A surge protector. Like the whole that has like, a whole bunch of things on it. There's also two things. I don't know if they're for Thunderbolt connections or what, but it has two other things on there. I gotta read the thing. I bought it for a reason, but I can't remember the reason because I've had it for a little while. Because I haven't put it in because where I had to plug it in because I wanted to replace another power strip. It's like one of those old monster power strips, and like I don't know, like there's part of the surge protection or circuit or something that's busted on it, like it got used up or whatever, and so not all the plugs work on it. So I had bought a few months ago. I bought one to replace it, but where I have to plug it in is behind my desk, and this is an L-shaped desk, and it's a really big L-shaped desk, and it's smashed up against the wall, and you can't really move the desk. It's like when I decide to move this desk, basically, is when I decide I don't want the desk anymore, and it's going to have to be torn apart to get it out of here. And yeah, so I had to plug that in with like this much space between the desk and the wall for me to plug it in with. Yeah, I've been putting that off for months and months and months. Hey, Jean. Hope you're having a good day. Nice to see you. So, yeah, that was the biggest part of it because it's one of those, it's a kind of roundish um, plug that has, it's the grounded kind of plug. But then I also didn't know how much the wall socket, what position, like, the single rounded polarizing thing was. So I had to figure that out without really being able to see it. So I got my hand down between the desk and the wall, trying to figure out where are the holes. And my arm is being smashed because it's like stuck between the wall and the desk. That was the biggest part. That was crazy. Um, but it wasn't as crazy as it could have been because I had grace. Somebody gave me grace, and it happened. But I was sweating. I had to pull some things out, and then I had to pull the power strip over and down from behind the desk over to like from back behind me to up here to where the stuff I have to plug it into are. Yeah, that was a lot. And that's something I've been putting off, like I said, for months. But got that done today. Got my old printer moved today, so I can then take up the task to remove my old printer, which is a really big, heavy box. So that's a whole problem all on its own. Yeah, but should I color the pumpkins first and then the wheat? I'm gonna have too much fun coloring the pumpkins. I just don't want to do it yet. That's an apple. Those are tomatoes. We can make them heirloom tomatoes. So we can make them like purple and green, purplish red and green. I'm gonna try and do that. What happened to did I move this when I was making all that racket? Um, what do I want to do? Apple or we're going to do the apple. Let's do the apple. Because then I can use my I can use those pencils that I want to move away from the browns. The grape was a dark. What? So I pull out black. Go figure. I moved them out the way so I would stop picking them up. Yeah, black cherry. That's one of them. Love these colors, but I keep pulling them up, thinking that they're brown, and they're not brown. It's like it's the wrong color. Mm-hmm. I love green. I need to buy apples. Oops, that turned yellow. I didn't want that to happen. This is red. It should make brown, right? I don't know. We'll see what happens. I kind of covered it up a little bit. Again, you can get these pages from the Dover Sampler. You sign up for that. I forget a lot of times to go and download the pictures. I think these are tomatoes, and then that's an apple. I think they're kind of shaped like heirloom tomatoes are sometimes, because heirloom tomatoes don't always have that. They don't have that perfect look because they're, I don't know, because they're a strain that's been saved and saved and saved, passed down. So they don't have the traditional tomato look necessarily. Sometimes they're really cute. They're like scumpy and I don't know if she still does it, but Trudy Davidoff, she was big on heirloom seeds. She worked with the cooperative extension where she lives. I think she lives on Long Island or something like that. And she's a seed saver. She was a seed saver, and I think she probably still is, but I haven't been in that community for a while. But yeah, she saved seeds, and she would send. Yeah, I don't know that this is. I don't think this is a traditional. I don't even know what a traditional cornucopia necessarily is, but yeah, I always see squashes in there. Squashes, basically. I think grapes. But yeah, Trudy Davidoff, she actually has saved seed. I think she still does it, save seeds for, and she will send them out to you usually. That's what she used to do. If you, sent her a Sazy. If anybody used to watch Zoom, you know what a Sazy is. A self-addressed stamped envelope. Um, she'll send you the seeds. Well, that didn't turn out exactly how I wanted to, but now it looks like it's kind of bruised. But trying to make it look like those. I don't know. I don't know which apple it is that kind of has that. It's a, what do you call them? Those really hard ones. I can't remember what they're called. Well, maybe not those either, because those are usually just straight up kind of dark purplish or dark red. Uh, okay, there's my apple. Uh-oh. I want to line it more. What the heck are those? I keep thinking it begins with a C, but I can't remember the name. Really hard. I usually don't like those apples too much. I don't like them for cooking nor for eating particularly because they're just too hard. And kind of got rid. I'm gonna have to put in a white spot in there because I just got real happy with that red. That looks more like I want it to though. We gotta color the wheat. Oh, I found another leaf. Here we go again. And I heard Chris Christopherson died, and it was weird that I didn't see anything at all, really, until, I don't know, it seemed like it was a while after, a few days after. I found out from my husband, and I didn't see anything on the internet saying anything about it. But it's like all these people. Part of it, I think, is that so many of the people from that era, like, are going at the same time or whatever that can't keep up. Okay, take care, Jean. Have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna go in a few minutes too, because it's been an hour and 30 minutes. Whoop. Unidentified object that belonged to some kind of a. Oh, I wonder if this went in. Does this go in the crayon thing I have? Maybe? Maybe that's what it is. But there's no. I don't know. That's weird. So, I think I'm gonna stop there. I think that's a good place to stop. And I gotta get these pencils in the right place so I'll know where to find them again. Let's see what else I have on the agenda around the house to get ready for my week. What happened to that? Oh, did I not sharpen it? I guess I didn't sharpen it. I thought I did, but I didn't. So, I'll be looking for you all this week on the streets. I might be like there. I'll say hi when I can. I know Tuesday I get my monitor, so that's going to be a whole thing. So I don't know how much coloring I'm going to be doing like online this week, but I'll be looking for all of you to hang out with you there. And so have a good rest of your Sunday and have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.